Ahoy there, pirates! Amir, One Falcon, here from Rare Thief. We are now into the second week of the Fate of the Damned update, and the sea is no safer than it was before. The shadows of fate have not relented in their growing presence across the Sea of Thieves. There are now reports of glowing skeletons roaming the ancient isles. As we know from the previous Fate of the Damned Voyage, Larinna has dispatched crews of Bilge Rats to find out what is causing these shadows of fate to appear. With new sightings in the ancient isles, she sent out more recruits to discover the truth. Sadly, those brave Bilge Rats have not returned. Larinna is looking for any pirate daring enough to accept the new voyage in hopes they will learn not just about the shadows of fate, but the fate of the missing Bilge Rats. During this new voyage, you and your crew will sail from island to island in the ancient isles, looking for the missing Bilge Rat Crews. During your search, you will hopefully unearth the answer to why these shadows of fate are invading the Sea of Thieves. While doing this voyage, you will also acquire the blue and white flames of fate without a trip to the Ferry of the Damned. You can purchase a Fate of the Damned Voyage from Larinna. She can be found standing near the tavern entrance at any outpost throughout the Sea of Thieves. Speak to Larinna and browse her black market stock. You'll find the Hunt for Hidden Ancient Shadows of Fate voyage for 0 gold. Purchase the voyage, stock your ship with supplies, and raise anchor. After voting for the voyage on your ship's voyage table, you will receive a note from Larinna in your quest radial. If your quest radial is filled with other quests, don't worry. Larinna's note can be distinguished from your other quests by a Bilge Rat symbol. Go to your quest radial and select the note. It will remind you that shadows of fate have been spotted in the ancient isles. It also mentions that Merrick at Stephen Spoils loves to gossip. As we're on the hunt for information, starting with Merrick wouldn't be such a bad idea. If there's something to learn about this encroaching threat, Merrick will know. For those loyal to the Hunter's Call, you'll have already known where to find Merrick. As the note mentioned, he can be found on Stephen Spoils in the ancient isles. Sail on over to Stephen Spoils, which is located east of Snake Island and west of Crook's Hollow. You'll find Merrick there, standing on the dock of the seapost. Walk up and speak with him. Merrick knows about the shadows of fate, but doesn't have time to chat right now. A Bilge Rat crew came by earlier and knocked his priceless family heirloom into the sea. This priceless family heirloom happens to be a boot named Old Stompy. Yes, Old Stompy. If you help Merrick retrieve Old Stompy, he will help you in any way he can. So where is Old Stompy? The irreplaceable boot you're looking for can be found underwater, resting on the lower rocks of Stephen Spoils. After talking to Merrick, jump in the water next to the seapost and dive below the surface. The boot can be found in several different locations around the seapost, though it shouldn't be too hard to find as the seapost is really small. Additionally, the boot you're looking for will glint and twinkle under the water just as other submerged treasure does. Once you spot the boot under the water, swim over to it and pick it up. Return Old Stompy to Merrick and he will tell you what he knows. The Bilge Rats did come by and questioned Merrick about what he knew about the shadows of fate. They were in quite a hurry though and didn't even stop for lunch. Though they were briefly at the seapost, Merrick did overhear them talking about an island they wanted to check out. So he wouldn't forget, Merrick made note of which island it was. He doesn't know much else, but he'll give you the Bilge Rat crew map to the island in question. He will also ask you to stick around to help with dinner. As much as we would love to chat it up with Merrick and help him cook a delicious stew, there are Bilge Rat lives at stake. We will use the Bilge Rat crew map to track down the Bilge Rats that passed through earlier. The Bilge Rat crew map that Merrick gave you will be added to your quest radial. It will look very similar to an X marks the spot quest, but it will not have an X on it. Instead of digging up chests and trinkets on the island, you will be exploring the island for a lost Bilge Rat crew member. Bilge Rat crew maps for this voyage will always lead to smaller islands in the ancient isles. This is very convenient considering you'll just be wandering around trying to find this crew member with no X on the map and no further clues. If you're having trouble locating the small island while panning around and zooming in and out of your map table, you can always use the Island Finder feature in your handy interactive map, the SOT Companion. There you'll find miniature maps for every island in the Sea of Thieves. Simply scroll through it and find the island that matches your map. You can change how many islands you can view at a time with the filter at the top, and below each miniature map you'll see the name of the island and its coordinates. You can also just click on the island and an interactive map will bring it front and center. So once you're on the island, it's time to find that Bilge Rat crew member. As we mentioned, you will be on a small island looking for the Bilge Rat crew member. Unfortunately, you will not be looking for any living pirate. You are looking for the skeletal remains of a Bilge Rat. During your many adventures in the Sea of Thieves, you probably encountered dozens of skeletons laying about the islands. How will you know that this one is a Bilge Rat crew member? Near the fallen Bilge Rat, you'll see a Bilge Rat crew journal and another Bilge Rat crew map. If that isn't enough to help you spot the right skeleton, there's also a lantern nearby. And not just any lantern, mind you, this one holds a bright white flame of fate. For once, hunting in the night might be easier as this bright light from the lantern will lead you right to the skeleton. If you still can't find the skeleton, we've added a new marker set to the interactive map, Fate of the Damned Week 2. This set includes markers for challenges and voyages alike, including markers for Bilge Rat locations. These markers will show you all the possible Bilge Rat locations for each island in the ancient isles. Once you find the skeleton, you'll want to first pull out your own lantern and collect the Flame of Fate. Raise up your lantern near the Bilge Rat's lantern and collect the flame. It is important you do this before you pick up that new Bilge Rat Crew map. Upon picking up the next Bilge Rat Crew map, you will be ambushed by Shadows of Fate. You don't need to kill these Shadows of Fate to progress the voyage. If you don't feel like a fight, you can just run away with your new Bilge Rat Crew map. However, killing these Shadows of Fate skeletons will reward you with a Skull of the Damned. It will also help you complete the Light and Shadow goal for the Fate of the Ancient Sands challenge. The second Bilge Rat Crew map you just acquired will be a similar experience to the first. It will direct you to a small island in the Ancient Isles. There will be no X showing you where you'll find the Bilge Rat, but now that you found one lost crew member, it'll likely be easier to find the next one. This Bilge Rat should have a lantern filled with a blue flame of fate nearby. Just as the last, there will also be a map nearby, though this time it's a ritual location map. The ritual location map will direct you to an island in the Ancient Isles, just as the previous maps did. Unlike those maps though, which only led to small islands, the ritual location will always be on a large island. There's another difference between the ritual location map and the Bilge Rat Crew maps. The ritual locations map has an X. This X marks a precise ritual location. Sail to the island and make your way towards that X. It seems that some skeletons are using these ritual locations to bring the Ghost of Greymarrow back to the land of the living. Lucky for us, this Ghost of Greymarrow is not as tough as the Greymarrow you might have fought during the Revenge of the Morningstar, or the Ghost of Greymarrow at the Fort of the Damned. The ritual these skeletons are performing has not brought the Ghost of Greymarrow back at its full strength. He is much weaker and thus far easier to kill. The damage he deals and his knockback range are both reduced. The Shadows of Fate skeletons he summons are also far easier to kill, and most importantly, the Ghost of Greymarrow's health is significantly less. Defeating Greymarrow likely won't take long, and once you kill the Ghost of Greymarrow, he will leave behind a ritual skull. You can turn in the ritual skull to Larinna, or to the Reaper's hideout, or you can use it to activate the Fort of the Damned. Congrats on completing the second Fate of the Damned Voyage. If this is your first voyage you have completed during the update, you will unlock a brand new face paint. Head to your vanity chest and you'll find the Face of Fear. If you have any questions about the voyage, feel free to ask us below. Don't forget to work on the new challenge that was just released as well. Completing those goals will unlock the new Soulflame cosmetics found in the black market. We will link to our guide on the new challenge in the description. That's it for the hunt for hidden ancient shadows of fate. Happy shadow hunting and thanks for watching.